Welcome back to the Road to Coachella 2026. I'm your host, Dusty Rhodes. If you can feel that specific hum in the air, you know exactly what time it is. We are moving toward a massive milestone, the 25th anniversary of the legendary Empire Polo Club experience. This isn't just another year in the desert. This is a quarter century of culture, fashion, and the moments that define a generation. Before we get into our deep dive today, we have to talk about the giants at the top of the poster. We have a big four this year that covers every corner of the musical map. First, the return of Justin Bieber. This is his first major festival comeback in years, and the rumors about his stage design are already breaking the internet. He's reportedly bringing a massive immersive, swag-era environment to the main stage that will utilize more LED surface area than any performer in the festival's history. Then we have Sabrina Carpenter, who has officially ascended to the global pop throne. After her record-breaking year, her set is expected to be a high-fashion, high-concept theatrical performance. We've got Karol G, making history as the first-ever Latina headliner at Coachella, a moment that is going to be absolutely massive for the Valley and a huge win for the Bichota season. And finally, the visual mastermind Anyma debuting his world premiere project Æden. Those four names are the anchors, and they are going to define the main stage energy. But as you know, the true soul of this festival is found in the tents and the late-night corners of the polo fields. Today, we are shifting our focus away from the Big Four and looking at a band that represents the raw, honest future of alternative music. We're doing an ultimate, extended deep dive into the #1 hot new band themselves, Hot Mulligan. We're going to talk about their brand new releases, their isolated Michigan roots, and why their set in the Sonora tent is the can't-miss moment of the weekend. Then, we're heading to the electronic frontier for a massive look at the marathon journeys at the Quasar stage, followed by a camping donation tip that is vital for the local community. So, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. We're dropping these deep dives every week. Now, let's go back to the beginning, to the cold, isolated basements of Michigan. Alright, let's talk about Hot Mulligan. For over a decade, these guys have been calling themselves the #1 hot new band. When they started, it was a joke, a way to poke fun at the industry buzz cycle. But by 2026, the irony has faded, and the reality has set in. They are the leading voice of what fans have dubbed the Post-Emo generation. One of the most unique things about Hot Mulligan is their placement. Confirmation is in, Hot Mulligan will be taking over the Sonora tent. Now, if you're a Coachella veteran, you know the Sonora is the sanctuary. It's the home for punk, hardcore, and alternative energy. It's enclosed, it's dark, and most importantly, it's air-conditioned. But don't let the AC fool you. Putting Hot Mully in the Sonora is like putting a firecracker in a glass bottle. The acoustics in there are punchy and loud, which perfectly suits their dual vocal attack. It is going to be high-octane, sweaty, and probably one of the hardest sets to get into if you don't arrive 30 minutes early. If you want to be in that pit when the first chord of Equip Sunglasses hits, you need to plan your Friday accordingly. To truly understand the Hot Mully sound, you have to look at where it was forged. They formed in Escanaba, Michigan, way up in the Upper Peninsula. For those who haven't been, the UP is a different world. It's a place where it's winter 10 months out of the year, and there are more trees than people. Tade Sanville and Chris Freeman met there because they were quite literally the only two teenagers for 100 miles who wanted to play original punk music. That cabin fever energy is the DNA of this band. When you hear Tade's signature yelling vocal style, you're hearing a decade of wanting to be heard from a place where nobody was listening. They eventually moved down to Lansing to cut their teeth in the basement scene, but they never lost that isolated basement hunger. This is why their music feels so frantic. It's the sound of a band that is still playing like they have everything to prove. They are currently at their absolute creative peak. Just a few days ago, on February 19th, they dropped a brand new single titled I Don't Think It's the Right Time for Emojis. This track is a fierce, blistering B-side from their latest album cycle, and it is arguably their most aggressive work yet. Tades has been very vocal about the meaning behind it, saying the song is a direct shot at religious hypocrisy and megachurch culture. It's an honest, biting commentary on the state of the world in 2026. The music video is already trending, showing a darker, more mature side of the band that's going to translate perfectly to that dark Sonora atmosphere. The song features these incredible mathy guitar riffs from Chris Freeman that stop and start with surgical precision, contrasted by Tades' raw emotional outbursts. One of the most unique things about Hot Mulligan is the strategy they call puns versus pathos. If you look at their track list, you'll see titles that sound like internet memes or inside jokes. We're talking about songs like John the Roxana's or Monica Lewinsky Beatty. Chris Freeman has admitted they use these absurd titles as a shield. If you laugh at the name, you aren't ready for how much the lyrics are about to hurt. Take Equip Sunglasses. This is the anthem. It's a deep dive into social anxiety and the fear of being perceived in the age of social media. When the crowd in the Sonora screams back, "I'm not the person that you think I am," it's going to be a moment of pure collective honesty. It's a commentary on the curated life we all lead. Then there's BCKYRD. This is a masterclass in nostalgia grief. It's about the realization that you can never go back to your childhood home because that version of you doesn't exist anymore. The way the song builds into that final crescendo is one of the most powerful moments in modern rock. Warning for the Pit. This acoustic track about the death of Tade's pet rat, Betty, is the most devastating 2 minutes in their discography. It shows that they don't need a wall of guitars to deliver a gut punch. It's about the small losses that carry a huge weight. And the SPS mystery. For years, fans speculated on what the song title SPS meant. Chris Freeman finally revealed it stands for Soggy Pissy Stickers, a reference to a specific, disgusting bathroom at the Hoosier Dome in Indianapolis. They take the mundane, the gross, and the everyday and turn it into high art emo. Hot Mulligan isn't just a band, they're a community. Their Discord server is one of the most active in the scene, and seeing them in the desert is going to be the emotional high point of the entire weekend for a lot of you. Before we pivot over to the electronic side of the fields, a quick word for our partners and the brands following our coverage. As this channel continues to grow as the primary source for Coachella 2026 news and artist deep dives, we have exclusive advertising and sponsorship spots available. We pride ourselves on offering integrated, high-value segments that connect you directly with a highly engaged, music-obsessed audience. Whether you're looking for mid-roll shoutouts, product features, or full segment sponsorships, we have a range of options to fit your goals without breaking the flow for our viewers. Our audience is composed of the very people who will be spending 10 days in the desert, the tastemakers, the campers, and the die-hard music fans. If you want to put your brand in front of thousands of fans heading to the valley, reach out via the link in our description to discuss partnership opportunities. Let's build the future of the festival experience together. Now, let's pivot from the guitars of the Sonora to the decks of the Quasar stage. Since its debut, Quasar has become the beating heart of electronic music at Coachella, and in 2026, it is evolving into something even more monolithic. The Quasar stage was designed by the visionaries at Vita Modus, and the 2026 iteration is a masterclass in immersive design. We're talking about 2 massive LED walls, each standing over 20 feet tall. But these aren't just standard screens. They have a scenic mirror dimension to them. During the day, they reflect the actual desert landscape, the palm trees, and the shifting sky, making the stage feel like an invisible, shifting jewel in the middle of the field. But once the sun dips below the San Jacinto Mountains, those mirrors disappear. The stage begins using Unreal Engine for real-time, 3D content playback. This isn't just a pre-recorded loop. The visuals are generated live, reacting to the frequencies and the energy of the DJ. It's a living, breathing digital environment that makes every single set unique. For 2026, they've added a new spatial audio array that ensures the sound is crystal clear whether you're in the front row or 300 feet back near the food stalls. The reason Quasar is so special is that it was built for the journey. In the Sahara tent, it's all about the 50-minute high-energy blast, but Quasar is designed for 3 to 4 hour extended sets. This gives the artist room to breathe. They don't have to play the hits immediately. They can build a vibe, explore deep techno or house cuts, and take the audience on a literal musical arc from the golden hour into the deep night. It's the closest thing to a club residency in the middle of a desert. Let's look at who is steering the ship this year. Weekend 1. We've got a massive Friday with Pawsa. Saturday brings the legendary David Guetta, who is reportedly doing an old schoolhouse-influenced set. And Sunday features the godfather of the big beat, Fatboy Slim. Seeing Fatboy Slim for 3 hours in the open air. That is a bucket list moment for any dance music fan. Weekend 2. This is where the experimentation hits another level. Friday night is the pairing everyone is talking about. Armin van Buuren back-to-back Adam Beyer. This is a historic meeting of trance and techno royalty. Then Saturday, we've got DJ Snake bringing an extended run of his Pardon My French energy. And finally, Sunday night of Weekend 2 belongs to the queen of hard techno herself, Sara Landry, presenting her Blood Oath project. If you want to end your Coachella experience with 150 BPM high-intensity energy, Quasar is the only place to be. Before we wrap up today, it's time for our Coachella tip of the day. This one is specifically for my campers, and it's about a program that often goes under the radar but makes a massive difference in the local community. We all know the drill. Many of you fly into Southern California from across the country or around the world. You head to a local shop, buy a full camping setup, tents, canopies, sleeping bags, chairs, and then, by Monday morning, you realize you can't possibly fit it all in your luggage or fly home with it. Do not throw your gear in the trash. Coachella has an amazing sustainability and donation program. If you leave your gently used gear at your campsite on Monday morning, do not worry. It won't go to a landfill. Volunteers and local charities, most notably the Galilee Center in Mecca, collect this gear. The Galilee Center provides essential resources to disadvantaged families and farm workers right here in the Coachella Valley. Your used tent or canopy becomes a vital resource for someone in the local community who might be facing housing insecurity or needs protection from the elements while working in the fields. If you want to be a pro camper, break down your canopy and pack your tent neatly. It helps the volunteers get that gear to the people who need it most. It's a small act that leaves a lasting positive impact on the valley we all love. That wraps up episode 2 of the Road to Coachella 2026. From the emojis in the Michigan basements of Hot Mulligan to the towering real-time LED mirrors of the Quasar stage, we are officially one step closer to the desert. Remember, we have advertising spots available for the season. Check the link in the description for all the details. And finally, my most important rule for the 25th anniversary: be kind to one another. We are all heading out there to escape the real world for a bit, to find some magic in the music, and to be part of a community. Let's make this the year where every person feels welcome. I'm Dusty Rhodes. I'll see you at the polo fields.